Okay. I don't know what my camera's doing, but hopefully it calms down here. I am going to be starting Neuschwanstein Castle, artwork by Robert. I don't know if it's finale or what. It's also backwards in the picture. I don't know. I don't know. I've never gone live before, so this is new. So I am Suki, the brown-eyed stitcher. And, thank you for the thumbs up, whoever gave it. Hopefully everything is working and you can tell me if it's not. Okay. Like I have one little dot here. I don't know what that means. I don't know what anything on here means. Oh, sorry. So today is my birthday. And I have been waiting to start this piece for today. So I thought I'd share how I go about starting a piece. And we're literally going to do this together. Okay, so first, I apparently have stuff everywhere. Let me move that out of the way. There we go. I mean, let's just be super disorganized. That's what's going on here. Okay, the first color is 823. So I'm going to thread my needle first. Oh gosh. What is going on here? It's all very tangled. Here we go. I'm doing this at the very end of my day. It's been a very long day. It's been a good day though. And it's Thursday evening where I am, well, Thursday night. It is 10:28 right now. And look, I still haven't managed to get a floss threader. There we go. I stitched 2 over 1 tent stitch. That's how I'm going to stitch this. So my fabric is cut and I give a 3-inch border. So we're going to do the super scientific method of starting by going 3 inches in and then 3 inches down, putting in my needle, and then just double checking that it is. Let's move it over just a little bit. This way I can be like even up to a 1/2 inch off and be totally fine. I'm starting with a loop start. Hi, Jolene. I'm still trying to figure out, I've never gone live before, so this is new. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Look at that. I've got my first couple stitches in. Anyway, this is why my lighting is so bad, is because I'm doing this at night and I just don't have, oh wait, I could turn my lamp on higher. That might help. Alexa, turn the lamp to 100%. There we go. Look at that. That might help. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 25 count Lugana. And it's ungridded. And normally I work on gridded fabric. And I do have to say, I miss gridded fabric whenever I don't work on it. My Frodo and Galadriel piece, that is also full coverage, is on this same fabric, a 25 count Lugana ungridded. And I just have to work it a little differently than I have to work this. I also don't normally stitch in hand, but I'm just going with it tonight. Oh, how do I want to stitch this? Sometimes I feel like the hardest part is deciding your pathing, how you're going to like wind your way through all the stitches. I don't really know what to talk about. What do people talk about when they talk when they're stitching? Let's see. Okay, so it is my birthday. And on my last floss tube video, hold on, am I even in the right spot here? 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2. Yes, I am. In my last floss tube video, we've had some fantastic conversation about how old I look and how old I actually am, except I haven't told anybody that one yet. But next week, when I film my next floss tube video, we're going to have a bit of a birthday party. It's going to be fun. Well, I think it's going to be fun. And I guess we'll find out if anyone else thinks it's fun. But I will tell everybody how old I am. And I also share some kind of stats on the average age that people think I look and the average age people thought I was. It's been fantastic. It's just been so fun. It's one of those rare times that you're pretty safe in guessing someone's age. I literally asked you to guess my age. So there's that. But also, it'd be pretty rare for somebody to guess older. Look at that. I've got some stitches in. Hi, Kristen. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm pretty sure it took me like a half hour to set up for this live because I didn't know how to set everything up. Okay. I'm just gonna get my needle here. I'm not really aiming for anything in particular with how to stitch this tonight. I just want to start it, so I don't particularly care how far I get. I mean, I could stop right now and feel pretty happy with it. I've got my pattern right here in front of me. It's on Pattern Keeper, of course. Oops. Alara, hi. Are you coming in from Florida? I really miss having a floss threader, but I haven't been to the craft store to get one yet. Ah. Okay, this is about to drive me nuts that I'm trying to stitch in hand. Because that's not how I roll with my full coverage. Leaving on Saturday. I don't even know. It's Thursday, so Saturday is in 2 days from now. I can't think, everybody. I just pinched my hand on my cue snap. Thursday evenings is I take dance classes. And they're back to back on Thursday evening. So from 7 to 9, I'm at the dance studio. And then I got back here. I got back home and had to do some stuff. My hand still hurts from pinching in the... I don't know if you can even see that because, nighttime lighting. It's fun, but when you're learning choreography, it can be hard to, function afterwards. There we go. Let me fix this. Oh, you're packing early, Alara, for a trip. I pack night before. I mean, I always think about it beforehand, but I don't know why. I just don't think about it beforehand. All right, look, back to business. I'm telling you, I'm just going to take you through the entire process of how I start and stitch. What kind of dance? Okay, so my dance studio offers 2 adult dance classes. One is, it's called jazz, but it's not, it's like a hip hop pop kind of a jazz rather than what younger kids do for jazz. I don't know if that makes any sense. They just call it a jazz class. Um, but it's a bit more pop like. And then my second class is tap. That's pretty easy. Tap is just tap. And well, when I was in college, I learned how to clog. And most people are familiar with tap. Clogging is similar to tap, but your shoes have one stationary, okay, if this is the bottom of your shoe, it has one stationary plate, and then it has another middle plate on top, and that one's attached, but it's loose so that it claps back and forth. So you get a lot more noise with clogging than you do with tapping. And some of the moves are similar and some are different. And there are some extremely basic moves in tap that you never ever do in clogging. So when I first started tap, I had some things I picked up easily and other things that I really struggled with. But it's fun. It's a fun way to spend a couple hours and get to see other moms and stuff. Well, not all of us are moms. I'm a mom, but there's one who's not. Women. We're just women. We don't have to be identified as moms. We can just be ourselves. What's also fun is that we, the adults, also dance in the end of year recital. So that is a blast. I love group dance. I like performing in a group. And was on a dance team in college and just had a lot of fun with it. So I'm excited about it. Irish dancing. That would be a lot of fun. Their hard shoe has some similarities with tap and clogging. Probably not very much, but since you're intentionally making sound with the feet, maybe that's all the similarity and I'm making this all up. That's entirely possible. And their soft shoe is very, very pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to count a lot more when my fabric is not gridded. If I sound annoyed at that, it's because I am. I miss my gridded fabric. But this is fabric I had left over from my very first attempt at my treasure hunt bookshelf, because that is actually a restart. My supersize max color. I had started it on 25 count, 2 threads, full cross, and did not like it. So this is leftover, like I just cut off the old stuff and I'm using it now. Okay, I might have to grid this, but I'm trying not to. Frodo and Galadriel is also on ungridded fabric, and it's kind of, in a way, I kind of like the challenge I just stopped my thread sooner. Sorry, I'm looking at where I should be going next. Marking off my pattern here. It'd be a whole lot easier if I could just show my pattern. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like, oh, that's not where that's supposed to be. This one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I did that right. Yay, I did that right. Oh dear. I need to find some stitch way over here. That's a lot of counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I figure that going live to just stitch if I'm going to talk, you're going to get whatever you get. Whatever you get out of me. I may count 1,000,000 times, and you'll know that I can count up to 10. Look at that. I think what I'm stitching, I don't know where I'm going to thread this. I'm going to put it up here, I guess. I think that these are leaves that I'm stitching. "70 stitches done." Okay, I'm going to assume this is backwards since it's backwards on my screen. I'm right up in this corner. Oh, let me point with this one. That's less of a shadow. And it's really dark, but you've got these little branches that kind of come down. So that's why I'm stitching these really dark colors. Let's see here. It'll be nice if I had some kind of a framework to work on around, but I don't. I guess that's part of starting a new piece, is that you have to create the framework. Okay. Okay, so this chart, I saw Ashley, who is Boogie Stitcher here on YouTube, and she is stitching this chart, and I loved it, and I went and I found it off Etsy, and oops, I just let that run all the way through. Good job, Suki. I just went back before I started this live to link it in the description where you can get this chart, and you can't. So the Etsy shop that I got it from is still there, but they don't have this pattern listed any longer, and I'm not sure why. I did see this picture in another shop, but it's a different charting. It's smaller, and the mock-up doesn't look as good. So I'm not sure what's up with that. This is actually the only chart I have that I'm not very sure on the licensing at all. It was not something I checked before I purchased. I don't know what that makes me, except maybe just human. I don't know how to work this one. Do I come down here? Yes, I do. So I like to kind of do a cross country. I mean, I basically just do cross country and I pick my next color based on like what's next in the row. Alara, of course we're gonna jinx each other. We're Stitchy twins. So okay. So it's my birthday, and I really hadn't planned to do much. I was actually not very much looking forward to my birthday this year. I have some negative associations with this time of year, and especially in the last couple years. So I wasn't very much looking forward to it, but was determined to like be okay, I guess, or to do things that I really wanted to do, at least some things. And so last night I was realizing that I really didn't even plan like a special dinner or anything. I literally didn't plan anything for my birthday. So I decided I wanted to eat hot pot. Okay, so Alara, you and I only live like 8 hours apart. And to top it off, my sister lives maybe an hour from you. She lives, okay, hold on. Let me go back to hot pot and then let me see if I remember to come back to that topic. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Where was I? Hot pot. So hot pot is an Asian dish, and I need to count real quick. Here it is. And it's it's a method of cooking. It's like a broth fondue where you have all of the things and you stick it in broth that's boiling. Um, yes, squirrel. Like the later in the day it is, yeah, I can squirrel like it's nobody's business. Hot pot. So you have this broth that you heat up, and then you put a bunch of stuff in it to cook, but you eat it. Well, traditionally, you take the things out and then you can put whatever kind of a sauce you want on top of it. And the sauce really can be like, well, anything. But I like the broth, so I just eat it like a soup. So I went to the Asian store today and got a bunch of stuff, really. I got some beef that was sliced super, super thin, and you want it sliced really thin so it cooks fast. And I got bok choy, and I got these kind of mushrooms. I can't remember what they're called, but they grow in like clumps, and they're really, really skinny, but they're kind of tall like that. I took a picture of of what I got. So I'll post that maybe on Instagram when I post my picture of this start. It was good. What else did I get? I got snow peas. I got meatballs, though I will say that the meatballs were weird. I got tofu. I already don't remember what I said. Oh, did I say bok choy? I got bok choy, and I really liked the bok choy in it. The first time I had hot pot, which is the only other time I've had hot pot besides tonight, we had pumpkin in it. I was at a hot pot restaurant, and we got pumpkin, and that was delicious. Oyster mushrooms. I don't think so. That doesn't sound right. Look, I don't know what my camera is doing. It's just like spazzing out in its focus. Oh, look, it's 111 stitches. I'm kind of in a... Usually I go to sleep by now, but I kind of don't want to. I might just stay up. I don't know, for a long time. We'll see. Okay, so hot pot was delicious, and it's super easy. You can basically add anything you want. I did have cauliflower in my fridge that I think would have worked really well. Thicker vegetables like that, you have to cook longer, like carrots, broccoli, you leave them in longer than the meat, or tofu or anything like that. I don't know why I put my thread in that way. You just leave it in longer and you fish it out when you're ready. But the people who were with me, my brother and my daughter, I was pretty certain neither of them were going to eat cauliflower. So, okay, that didn't go in that hole very well. So, I did not do cauliflower. But I have leftover broth, so I might just add some in it myself tomorrow when I eat some more. Hello, James. What time is it in the Philippines? I don't know what time it is for myself half the time, let alone anybody else. Okay, so Alara, my sister lives in like just west of Columbus. I actually think she has a Columbus address because of where she lives now, but it's on the west side. So it's on your side. And so, yeah, I grew up in Columbus. So I know where Dayton is. And although I will say mostly I've only been to the Air Force Museum in Dayton. I've been there several times though. And the first time I went as an adult, I was driving and I missed the turn into the Air Force Museum and I went to the actual Air Force base, and that was awkward. The gate people didn't like me. No, they didn't hate me. I'm sure they're used to it. I can't be the only person who just randomly does stuff like that. It's like they used to live in Hilliard, actually. They are currently like just barely south of Hilliard. But so yeah, it's pretty close to Hilliard. I think she said it's like 15 minutes to get back to the Hilliard stuff. But they can still take back roads to get there. They don't have to go on the highway. Did the gate people also like take your ID so that you could, because you have to like, once you're at the gate, you have to go inside to turn around? They totally took my ID to make sure that I turned around. Oh yeah. Fun times. Gotta love the military. I've been to Springfield. Probably just once though. When I was 15, so how old was I? Like 3 until 15. I grew up in the Columbus area. And then we moved to like Southeast Ohio. I don't know. If I say near Athens, that's close enough for most people, but it's still like 45 minutes away from Athens and Ohio University. Middle of nowhere. So awkward. Yeah. I'm sure they've got to have so many people who miss the entrance. I think, well-marked entrance to the Air Force Museum. Oops, you know. Let's see here. I'm gonna venture into new territory, so let me count here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know Pomeroy. It was near Pomeroy. Do you know MacArthur? That was like 7 miles from where I lived. But I know where Pomeroy is. the town that my address was once we moved to the farm. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The town had a stop sign and a post office, but MacArthur was a bigger little town, and we were neighbors. It was meant to be, Alara. MacArthur has a stoplight. It also has a grocery store, a very expensive grocery store, and I don't know, I think it had pizza and stuff. And for a little bit of time, I had a set of grandparents who lived in MacArthur. Now they live in Oregon. That's funny. That we were so close. So fun. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I think I hear my dog at the door. She's like, I want to sleep now. Why am I not in here? 1, 2, 3. My bedroom is huge. I don't know why bedrooms need to be so huge. I'd rather have a very large common area and a smaller bedroom. But this works out. I just have a portion of it set up for reading and stitching, and that's where I am now. $175 stitches already. Look, when I have ending my threads becomes fun at times like this, where I just weave until I feel like I've got to be safe enough. It's not exactly the same as playing thread chicken, but it kind of feels like it. It feels very similar. But pin stitches don't really work when you tent stitch. So I can't end. And waist knots or waist threads drive me insane. So I can't do that. I don't even know. Oh, look. It says I've been live for 44 minutes. And I've done 175 stitches and managed to chatter away at you guys the entire time. Okay. I want, this is left, this is right. I wish in Pattern Keeper you could set settings for like general settings. And then if you wanted to change them for an individual pattern, you can do that. But every time I start a new pattern, I have to go in and like, I want to see my diagonal lines this way. I want my shortcuts to be this way. And I always want it the same, but oh well. Yeah, for the most part, I start with my loop start. Ending is just the trickier one for me. Well, it's really only tricky when I'm just getting started in a piece, I think. Once I have a fair amount in, there's almost always a place for me to run my thread under. Okay, I'm not happy with that stitch. The thread is all twisted. There we go. That's better. There we go. Now that marks 10 stitches across on that top row. Sometimes with full coverage pieces, I find that the strangest things become exciting milestones. Like 10 stitches across, that's so exciting. Never mind that I'm not 1% done yet with the whole piece. And then I have a long way to go with this. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. James, this fabric is 25 count. It is 25 count Lugana. I do find that, so this is 2 threads over 1 10 stitch. And I prefer 28 count when stitching this way, which is pretty much the only way I stitch my full coverage pieces. I prefer the 28 count, but I had this on hand and wanted to use it, and I don't dislike it enough to not stitch that way. It just has a little bit more fabric show through than I like. This piece, though, it's got a lot of lighter colors. There we go. So you can see it's got a lot of lighter colors. I don't think it has a whole lot of dark ones like black or 939. I'm not worried about it at all. It's just not my super favorite. Where is this? Right there. Oh, no, not right there. And there we go. I feel like, okay, well, this was a realization I came to the other day. I think I started floss tube so that I felt like I had permission to start new projects or to work on a lot of projects. It didn't happen that I started making floss tube videos and then wanted to start all the projects. It was more like I needed to be able to give myself permission to do so. And so I started making videos. And I have plans for May, which I feel like I keep mentioning, but haven't actually explained what they are yet. May is Stitch Mania month, and a lot of stitchers will know what that means, but not everybody will. I believe it started in 2015, and it was a group on Facebook that was run by two fantastic stitchers. They closed down the group, I think, after last year's Mania, but Mania is now just a thing. It's going to live on forever. But everyone has their own kind of interpretation on how they want to do Mania. And I've never really done it before. Actually, I've never done it before. But this is going to be my first year, and I decided that I wanted to stitch on a different piece for every day of the month. So I went from stitching one piece most of last year, which was Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. And by the time May is over this year, I will have 31 whips. And I'm kind of starting them in between now and then. I don't care if they're already started or not. I just want to work on a lot of these different designers that I love. Some smaller patterns too. So when it gets closer to May, so that would be April, Suki. In April, I'll share all my projects that I'm planning to work on in the month of May. There's 10 of y'all watching, and that kind of boggles my mind. So hopefully you guys are stitching something too. And if you are, tell me what you're working on, and maybe I'll know what it is. James, I don't know if you're still here, but one of the pieces I'm going to be starting is a Bella Filipina, which I have never stitched before, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I already know what my second Bella Filipina is going to be. And I don't have anything for that one yet. But that's because it's a brand new release from Dren. The February Amethyst Mermaid. It's perfect because, well, my birthday's in February, and the birthstone in February is purple, and my hair is purple, and I feel like it's just me and perfect, and I love it. So I'm going to stitch it. Stitchman Darcy! You're here. Why didn't you say hi? Bags. Alara, you should totally start all the things, all the kits. All right, we've got James stitching his Black Phoenix, which is looking pretty cool. I just saw your last picture on Instagram. And Alara is quilting bags. And Darcy's stitching modern folk embroidery. Rebecca is... Oh, the caterpillar cross stitch. Garden Grow. That's their one for this year, isn't it? With like the little mushrooms. That one's super cute. You are stitching. It's hard to say hi. Hi is 2 letters. It's not that hard. I say that, but I'm also the one who can just talk. Darcy's videos are hilarious. His 1 year floss to video, which was like the beginning of December, except I didn't watch it until January. Like the whole last half had me, I was crying. It was hilarious. And I really needed that laugh, so I didn't mind. Aw, you're such a good aunt. Gardens are lovely. Look at that. How many stitches is this now? 246. Does that even look like 246? That's what Pattern Keeper says. All right. All-Star Floss Tubers cameo. It was. Except I feel like, well, there were so many that I hadn't have and still have not watched yet. See, I go through this whenever I watch a YouTuber, a floss tuber, who's also a YouTuber. I like to watch all their videos. I like to feel like I know people. And so I will watch them from the beginning. But then while I'm binging their videos and keeping up with everyone else's videos, it means that you don't have enough time to watch everybody, which is sad. And why won't my needle go in where I want it to? Here it is. This Q-snap is really much larger than I like to work on, but my daughter's got my smaller Q-snap. I would totally show you her progress, except her project's not up here. She took it downstairs. She is stitching a Randall Spangler chart called No Smoking, and it's adorable. The dragon is covering his snoot, trying to stop it from smoking. She likes stitching with me, and I'll turn on an audiobook. and we listen and stitch together. Thank you, Jolene. I feel like once you know your preferences, you can just go at it. Okay. Oh, okay. I have something non-stitchy related to say. So, I started a second channel today. And it's been on my okay. Story time. This other channel of mine is actually another reason why I started FlossTube. Because I was really nervous to do this other channel that I've really been wanting to do for several years now. And FlossTube felt safer and more comfortable to me because it's a defined topic that's pretty narrow. I can blather on about stitching to people who love to stitch also. And so I have like 5 reasons why I started FlossTube. I don't know, I can only think of 3 right now. But this other channel was one of them. I wanted to get more comfortable with, I guess, putting myself out there. And today was the day when I did that. It just happened to be that it was also my birthday. It wasn't planned specifically for that reason, but I kind of like it. What the heck is going on back here? Oh. Yeah, I didn't edge my fabric, so now I've got like this huge loose thread back here. Edge my fabric? What is it called when you sew around the outside? Zigzag? I don't have a serger, but I do have a regular sewing machine in which I could zigzag. I did not do that. Anyway, so I'm feeling pretty happy that I did finally start this other thing that I've been wanting to do for like a really, really long time. And like, why do we wait? Why do we wait on things that we really want to do? Why do we let ourselves get in the way of things like that? Too often we stop ourselves for whatever reason. And sometimes that's just silly. And we need to practice allowing ourselves to take up space in this world and say, This is my corner. This is my house. This is my room. Like, this is my part of the world, and I can exist here. And sometimes we just need to do that. We need to advocate for ourselves. Because not enough people are going to do that for ourselves, especially if we don't do it ourselves. Truth, Valeria. Truth. I've learned a lot of hard truths over the last couple of years. I say hard, not in that they were bad truths. Hard as in when you have to rewire your thinking, that's hard. And sometimes it's hard to believe things that seem like they should be very simple to believe. Y'all, I had zero plans for how long this was going. It says I've been here for an hour and 6 minutes. What's the thing on the new channel? Okay. Do you want to know the channel name or what the content is? Because saying thing is totally something I would do because I can't think of the words. I'm actually surprised I'm not having trouble with words tonight, so not too bad anyway. Both. Okay, James. We'll do both. So the content will I think I don't know what to call it. I'm sure there's names, but it's just going to be mostly like different aspects of my life. I think some crafting will show up there, but it will be for a like I'm not going to assume that the people who are watching are crafters. But I want to encourage people to see beauty, create beauty, take up space in the world, venture into the unknown, try new things. Don't be afraid to live your life. And, we can work together, we can play together, we can heal together. And I don't really want to talk at people. I just want to say, look, I'm doing this and it's been a journey. And I know you can do it too. Let's do it together. So you'll see things like what I'm reading, which I'm sure will be a lot of chattering, kind of like my FlossTube videos, where here, let me show you this book that I'm reading and let me say whatever random stuff comes to my mind about this book that I'm reading. I just want to keep it real life, like you came into my living room and here, we're going to chat about books. Here, we're going to try this challenge. Here, I'm trying this recipe I've never done before. I have like 1,000,001 ideas. But y'all, I think my favorite thing about this is that my daughter is editing my videos. She edits my floss tube videos, and now she's editing for both channels. And I just love that I can work with her doing this. I wonder if, do I have any spare paper around me? No, I don't. Yes, I do. So if you do go to this channel and you watch what's there, it's just like a trailer video right now. It's 2 minutes long, and she filmed it and edited it, and yeah, I think she did great. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the name, and there's a story behind this name. So hopefully that's not backwards. It looks backwards to me, but maybe it doesn't to you. So this is Zusi Lee. And Zusi is a nickname I go by to people who know it. And Lee is both a play on my middle name and also a nod to my Samoan heritage. So it looks like Lay, but it's really, I say really, but I'm using it as Lee. So Zusi Lee. But yeah, we had fun with it. Not searching for perfection, just real life. My stomach is like, it's been too long since you've eaten, and you're still awake. It wants to eat. Oh, it's 11:37 where I am. It's a good thing Friday is kind of like a weekend day to me now. I don't even know what I have tomorrow besides stitching. Oh, yes, I do. Tomorrow, I am hosting a crafting night. It's a monthly thing I started last month where I invite some local people over, and they bring their own craft and we craft and we talk and eat food because food's tasty. I got some stuff at the Asian store to have tomorrow. It's called danta. It is an egg tart. It's Chinese, but they're cute. They're little, like that big, not very big. They fit in the palm of your hand, but they're delicious. And I was happy that they have some because last time I was at the store, they did not have them, and I was one sad Suki. It's probably a good thing I don't live close to the Asian store because I'd go there a lot and then I'd just buy all the things, all the treats. You're gonna head to bed, Alara. Well, that's because you have to pack. Otherwise, it's quite early for you to try to sleep. Thanks for joining. I will probably last another, maybe I'll go to midnight. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Midnight. Then it won't be my birthday anymore. I hope your drive goes well. So close to me. Well, you'll drive right past me. Oops. My thread doesn't. What the heck is my thread doing? There we go. This is actually my second start today. I was only going to start one thing. And then I found myself with like 30 minutes of time, which is not enough time to start this. So I started this one. Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. I've had my eye on doing this for like 4 years, probably. But I don't know, I felt intimidated by it, probably because of all the specialty stitches. So if you've never seen this, there's cross stitches, but then in between these bands of cross stitches are different specialty stitches. And I'm stitching this on black because I think it looks pretty cool on black. There, that's the upper left corners right here. And that's all I got. The full crosses are in DMC, but then the specialty stitches are in Averiswa threads, which I've never worked with before, but they feel super nice. I like trying new things. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all the new things. Actually, there are some things that I won't do. I have no desire to go bungee jumping ever. I don't know if I could parachute out of a plane either. But I think I would parachute, like go skydiving. If I had to choose between bungee jumping and skydiving, I'd go skydiving. But I don't really want to do either. So there's that. This is crazy. It says I've done 317 stitches. And it's been an hour and 19. All right. I can't loop start this one, but I have enough stuff here that it's okay. Stuff, I mean stitches. I have enough stitches here. It's really pretty. I wonder when I get to like the purple. I think you get to the purple on this first page. I don't know. I don't tend to try to figure out where different things are in a pattern. I just stitch and try to make sure I got the right colors. that would be bad if I had the wrong colors. Let's see. Now I'm out of things to talk about. I told you all the things. Maybe not all the things. I did a nerdy cross stitch thing though earlier this week, or maybe it was last weekend. I don't know. Since my last floss tube video, I took all my full coverage pieces, including this one, which I knew I was going to start, and basically made a plan for when I was finishing them and how much it meant I would need to stitch on them. So we'll find out this year how close to accurate I am in my stitch count possibility. But it does mean that my goal for most of my full coverage pieces is very low. It's only 10,000 stitches in a year. But I have 2 pieces that have, I guess, priority deadlines. So, like self-imposed deadlines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My treasure hunt bookshelf is, I want that one finished. 1 shelf per year, and I'm on the 2nd shelf. So that's going to be a finish in 2024. And I have Queen of the Night by Josephine Wall. This one. I'm stitching this for a special friend of mine, a very, very good friend who loves Josephine Wall. She's one of my best friends. And so I'm stitching that one for her. That's my smallest full coverage. It's pretty tiny. It's only got 159,000 stitches on it or something like that. So I'm going to finish in 2023. I don't think this one, the Neuschwanstein castle, will be finished. What am I stitching? Stitching the wrong thing. I don't think this is going to be done for 7 years, so. But that's okay. Oh, I know what I did. I didn't mark this one off. Anybody who comes to watch this later on, when it's not live, if you are one of those people who are watching this later, props to you. Mad props to you. But hopefully you're getting good stitchy time in. here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can feel my brain shutting down, which is probably a good thing since it's 11:50. But this was fun. I'm glad I could come live, figure out a setup very easily. Well, figuring it out wasn't easy, but now that it's figured out, it will be very easy in the future. I don't even know how often I'm going to do this, so we'll see. So there we are. Here's my ending. Pattern Keeper says, hold on, let me scroll in really big on this pattern so it's like, oh, it's okay. It's not going to show up anyway. It doesn't want to show you. Okay, fine. It says 360 stitches out of 156,400 stitches for a total of 0.23% done. So, and it's been 1 hour and 26 minutes. And there you go. That's what I got. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and for chatting. I hope that you got good stitching in and that you enjoyed this. And how many times can I say and? And. Okay. I'll see you guys next week for my floss tube video. Bye. Bye. How do you wave when the camera's like facing down? I think of weird things. Bye.